It's time for them patriots to mount up, mount up. It's time for them patriots to mount up, mount up. Patriots, mount up. Let's monitor the politics, give them all the realness. Everything transparent so the people feel this. Government officials, we gon' challenge all your bullish. Lying to the people in the world, let's expose this.
Patriots, mount up! Hello, Salty Dog. Welcome to the Salty Sailor Nation Live. I am your honored but humble host, the Salty Sailor. Talking to you live from my bunker in sunny AZ. It is now February 23rd, 7 o'clock on the dot of a new patriotic republic. Hello, Salty Dogs. I'm happy to be back. I took yesterday off. For those one or two people that watch my show, I'm gonna try to do it as much as I can during the week. But I thought it'd be easier to bring you more info if I skip a day or two here or there. So I do appreciate it. Here we go. This is gonna be episode 17. Well, some of this stuff and information happened last week, so I'm just gonna kind of breeze through it. Uh, you know, give it the attention it deserves, which is absolutely zill. But let's dive into it as we speak. 35, this happened last week, by the way. 35 Capitol police officers under investigation, 6 suspended over the Capitol breach. Department, at least 35 Capitol police officers are being investigated, and 6 were suspended following the U.S. Capitol breach on January 6th. Basically, they are going to the acting chief because the other one basically retired. Basically just trying to save face, saying blah blah blah. They're going to investigate on why it was breached and blah blah blah. Well, we all know it was kind of a planned attack with Nancy Pelosi because guess who had actual power to call more police in when she had the opportunity? Yes, you guessed it. It was Nancy Pelosi. So again, Democrats doing it hardcore. Good job, Democrats. Way to go. You kill people. And they're actually just saying now, just recently, an article that I posted on my Facebook page, the mother of the cop who died is saying she doesn't think that he got bashed on the head with a fire extinguisher like they're saying. It appeared to be a stroke. The plot thickens. Moving on. This is also last week. Looks like last Thursday. Arizona Senate passes bill strengthening its investigative powers amid Maricopa County vote audit dispute. The Arizona State Senate passed a bill last Thursday that would grant the Arizona legislator the authority to subpoena election records like ballots and tabulating equipment, and basically any laws to the contrary. Basically, they passed a bill 16-14 party line vote. But, again, sounds good and all, but is anything really going to be done? Who knows? But at least it's a step in the right direction. Sorry for being negative. I'm just being real. Basically, the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors voted against complying with the subpoenas, instead seeking judgment from a court about whether they have to comply. It was a subpoena. I cannot talk tonight. Subpoena by the actual state senate, so yes, they have to comply. Moving on. Biden's Michigan speech is a disaster. Basically, he said, quote, my predecessor, as my mother would say, failed to order enough vaccines. No, Biden, the vaccines were there. You failed to distribute them. Oh, by the way, that's right. Your son-in-law is on one of these boards that for the company that's supposed to distribute them. What was I thinking, and what was Trump thinking? Oh, my Lord. Joe Biden traveled to Portage, Michigan on Friday to tour the Pfizer plant after originally postponing the trip due to bad weather, which was supposedly bad weather, which it wasn't. He got reamed because he went to play Mario Kart with his granddaughter instead of going. So then once they saw the optics were bad on that, that's why he went. Let's just be real. Biden repeated his favorite new lie that there was no COVID vaccine distribution plan when he got in office. Thanks to President Trump's Operation Warp Speed, a COVID vaccine was approved and ready to be distributed by October and November. The Biden admin inherited Trump's vaccination program, already meeting their target of 100 million shots in 100 days. And actually, Biden got vaccinated when he was sworn in office, although he said he didn't. Joe Biden is blaming Trump for his own administration's failures. He went off script saying something about just over 4 weeks ago, my predecessor, whatever. The only reason why Dementia Joe keeps repeating this lie is because the media never holds him accountable. Ding, ding, ding. Moving on to next sort of news. Supreme Court refuses to review Pennsylvania election cases. Alito, Gorsuch, and Thomas dissent. So basically, Child Molester Chief Justice Roberts basically said, no, you know what? No, we're not going to hear the case nor the evidence, which was obviously in plain video sight, as you saw earlier. Basically, he said, no, supremely disappointed in the Supreme Court. Obviously, as you can see, they are losers. Moving on. Biden set to denounce Russia in a virtual speech. Shocking. Wasn't the big Russia collusion and all that the hoax on the first impeachment? Trump was supposed to be in bed with Russia. It's actually proven that Biden's in bed with Russia. And I'll keep reading. Here we go. Biden set to denounce Russia in virtual speech. President Joe Biden, in an address on last Friday, is expected to denounce Russia's attempt to undermine democracy in the U.S. Biden's address will be made virtually before the annual Munich Security Conference. He will make his first appearance before the Group 7 of the meeting. Okay. Let's dissect that for a second. He's going to make his first appearance in a public forum setting, let's say, since he was elected. We are talking, so now when he went in office early January, he is just now going a month later. Lying Biden. Moving on. Paul Gosar to Newsmax TV. Border stand shows Biden not sincere on COVID. Duh. Representative Paul Gosar, Republican of my state of Arizona, said in an appearance on Newsmax TV on last Friday that the ending the Trump administration's Remain in Mexico policy shows that President Biden is not sincere about preventing the spread of COVID virus, which is very interesting, and here's why. So we have to wear masks. You have Dr. Fake Fauci coming on saying that we have to wear 2 masks or that it won't possibly happen until 2022. Or he said this, which is very interesting. The people that get vaccinated still have to wear masks and they still have to comply like all of us. And possibly there's no light in the end of the tunnel until 2022. Wasn't the plan if you got vaccinated that it was going to be all good? The plot thickens. I don't want to just comment on that. Moving on. A study was shown that divorce, this is actually very uniquely interesting. Divorce not the answer to COVID-19 lockdown stress, despite mainstream media narrative. Kimberly Holmes, the global CCP virus. Okay, let me read that again. The global CCP virus pandemic has been seeping lockdown restrictions, but put in place across the world, leaving millions forced to work from home. So basically, all those like fly-by-night marriages, or it's just creating stress, which you can totally see within the family unit, right? Because, I don't know, school unions won't go back to school because they're afraid of a flu virus that has minimal death rates. Moving on. Basically, it's resulting in relationships and marriages that have been put under the immense pressure, and divorce rates have soared due to unemployment, financial strains, illness, homeschooling children, and more. So let's go back up. Unemployment, 70,000 jobs lost under Biden. I can keep going. Financial strains, raising taxes, raising gas, illness. He's responsible for over 100,000 deaths. Where's the media? I'll keep going. According to April 25th, 2020 survey on the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on relationships, 31% of couples said that quarantine has been damaging to their relationships. So if I'm reading that correctly, okay, I'm guessing that because people now have more time to stay at home with their significant other, they're finding out they don't like them. Ouch. Basically, with so many couples struggling, lawyers across the United States predict a record number of divorce filings once quarantine restrictions were lifted, as seen in China, where the China virus, let me repeat that, where the China virus initiated. Data collected by Legal Templates, a firm that provides legal documents online, saw a 34% increase in sales of its divorce agreement compared to the same period in 2019. This despite mainstream media having been pushed the narrative that divorce can be benefit to children. How could divorce be beneficial to children? That just proves the left's narratives and their stupidity sees no bounds. Moving on. Biden AG nominee Merrick Garland refuses to call illegal crossing a border crime. So, an illegal immigrant that's not supposed to be here can cross a border. It's not considered a crime, even though it is. This is what the nominee for Biden's AG, and I have something more stupid about him later, but besides the point, he thinks that's not a crime. Going back to the COVID situation with all of our lockdowns and stuff, Biden's letting in immigrants come across the border with smallpox, non-vaccinated COVID. So he's implementing them into our society, right? So that just goes to show you that he's not really keen on the COVID restrictions, right? Hmm. Is it about power? Yes. Moving on. Biden struggles to speak through doom and gloom remarks on COVID deaths. That's because he doesn't even know the own numbers. Since he's been in office, 100,000 have died under his watch. Just saying. COVID. Oh, better yet, moving on. COVID deaths have risen 25% since Biden took office. Jen Psaki, the one that looks like Chucky's bride, blames Trump, lies about their vaccine plan, and she was caught in it, and that's posted on Facebook. You can see that. That was very interesting. Um, okay, yeah, I have this twice, so I'm just going to read this as a topic line, which is okay. The sheer stupidity of this statement shows you the type of people that are A, trying to run our country, and B, the people selecting them to run our country. You would think, okay, let me just put this way. An AG or Attorney General, right? He's essentially, I don't know, the highest law officer of the land, right? So he, in a sense, is the highest officer in the land, and he basically says that, and so they're trying to compare Antifa and BLM riots in the summertime to the Capitol riot, which was created by the Democrats. But besides the point, in the daytime, right? That happened in the daytime. Basically, the AG says the Antifa and BLM attacks in the courthouse may not be domestic terrorism because they happen at night. So the rioting that happened, I don't know, in cities all across America, all the damage that was caused, people died, property was damaged, people lost their homes, their businesses, whatnot, is okay to do because it happened at night. But basically, a couple people died. God rest their souls. Some property was damaged in the Capitol building, which us, the taxpayers, pay for it. But besides that, that's terrorism because it happened during a day. So, to all your criminals out there, according to Joe Biden, the fake president of the United States, you can go ahead and break the law at night because it's okay, according to his new AG pick. I hope this guy doesn't get in, but crazier things have happened. Moving on. Hunter Biden email reportedly names Kamala Harris and others as key contacts for a joint venture with China Energy Co. No news media reporting it. And then if they get an AG in office, guess what? We're never going to see it or know about it. Perfect setup, right? The email is purported that Hunter Biden laptop that verified by one recipient that they're spectacularly damaging, according to that Bobulinski guy. He was the former business partner of Hunter Biden. Another email begs for answers from Joe Biden's vice presidential running mate, Kamala Harris. It lists a key domestic content. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So basically, it's her and some other Democrats. Fox News has learned, which they're also trying to get rid of, surprisingly so. Let's see. Who's listed in here? Unfortunately, nothing will happen, as we found out. But, here's the list. So here's the big list, okay? The list includes Harris, from obviously California, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, surprise, Amy Klobuchar, surprise, Dianne Feinstein, surprise, Kristen Gillibrand, surprise, they're all Democrats, Governor Cuomo, soon to be jail inmate in federal prison, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio, and former Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, among others. One question comes quickly to mind. Was Harris ever contacted about this? And if so, by whom? Will the moderator ask of it of Joe? Will the moderator ask about Joe's nickname? None of this was in reference to, I guess, the debates back then. Apparently, no one answered or asked anything, so moving on. I'm going to move on from that, but as you can see, the corruption still happens. Former Clinton advisor. Okay, so this is a Democrat. Former Clinton advisor warns U.S. becoming totalitarian under lockdown orders. So basically, what she's saying is what we all know, is that well, she shouldn't have voted for Biden. Basically, she's saying her name is Naomi Wolf. Uh, she says Bill Clinton, advisor to Bill Clinton, said the United States is becoming a total totalitarian state due to COVID-19 lockdown orders. Former Democratic advisor Naomi Wolf, who aided former President Clinton during a second re-election bid, told Fox News on Monday night that the nation is moving into a coup situation as a police state as a result of lockdowns. And this can be proven because of where we are at in the COVID situation. A lot of numbers were going down, right? We're still getting vaccinated, but then on top of it, we have to wear masks, and then there's no positive outlook going forward. So, excuse me. People are losing their jobs. They're losing their livelihoods, but yet we continue to be in lockdown due to what exactly? No one knows, right? Power trip. Power trip, power trip, power trip. Unbelievable. Well, you know what? This is gonna be a short show. I thought it might be longer, but you know what? It was good. Final thoughts. As you can see, what's currently going on, not only the gas prices are going up, we are looking at probably going to $3 a gallon by next month. So thank you, Mr. Joe Biden, Mario Kart guy. Well, although he doesn't need a car now because he plays Mario Kart, so there's that. But I have a question for you, and this is a very serious question that I think you guys should really, really take to heart. Okay? If we got attacked, let's say, by a foreign enemy, that we don't have to worry about our own gates within, but let's just say we got attacked by a foreign enemy. Do you honestly trust this government to act and save us? In other words, the guy can't even make it past 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Do you see him pulling an all-nighter protecting us? I don't. Do you see any of the military people listening to him dish out orders? I don't. So realistically, I would love to hear from you guys if you really think that he would be let's just say, a commander in chief. Please, please, please give me examples of why you think that he would be a great commander in chief in an act of war. I don't see it, but I would love to hear from you guys. Please like and share my podcast, create some watch parties or messages. Feel free to reach me at the Salty Sailor, saltysailornation.com. Would love, again, to get any feedback that you provide, any questions that I asked during the show. If you want to put them there, that'd be great. Again, the more numbers I get, the more the show stays up and running. I got censored before. With the way the draconian orders are coming down soon, we'll see. But anyway, any help would be much appreciated. I appreciate it. In conclusion, as always, as usual, this show is dedicated to all the first responders and essential employees. You know who you are. You'd all deserve a shout out to all my brothers and sisters in the armed forces, both here and abroad, both past and present. Stay frosty. Thank you, Salty Dogs, for listening. Keep the faith, Salty Dogs. Hold the line. The Salty Sailor. Peace out.
It's time for them patriots to mount up, mount up. It's time for them patriots to mount up, mount up. Patriots, mount up. Let's monitor the politics, give them all the realness. Everything transparent so the people feel this. Government officials, we gon' challenge all your bullish. Lying to the people in the world, let's expose